Hey, this is Lynn. I'm here to go over my week 13 results. So I completed 13 weeks on the carnivore diet, and let's hope that 13 is not unlucky. I was actually thinking about this and going, why? Like, I'm very curious. I'm just a curious person going, why is 13, the number 13, associated with bad luck? So, of course, I looked it up. And so I'm going to share a few things with you before I share my results. So I've got my phone here with the History channel. And it actually says like 10% of the American public have a fear of the number 13. Of course, especially Friday the 13th. Didn't help. They made a scary movie about it. But like in Asia, the number 4 is their unlucky number because I guess linguistically it sounds like the word death. So anyways, 13 is our number. But so apparently let's see, the fear originated back with the Code of Hammurabi, which was like way back in ancient times. They accidentally omitted the 13th law on their code, and but it was just an accident. But of course, people tend to get paranoid about things. And then apparently the ancient Sumerians didn't like 13 because I guess 12 is considered the perfect number. Like we've got 12 months in a year. We've got 2 sets of 12s in a day. Yeah. So they figured, well, if 12 is the perfect number, then 13 coming right after it was just lacking. I don't think they were necessarily afraid of it. They just weren't a big fan of it. But anyways, I guess the more modern, I guess you could say modern fear of it came from a couple of events. So first of all, in the Bible, the 13th guest at the Last Supper was Judas Iscariot. That was definitely not good. And then also there is a Norse folklore that says evil and turmoil were first introduced into the world by the appearance of the treacherous and mischievous god Loki at a dinner party. And since he was the 13th guest, he upset the balance of the 12 gods already in attendance. So anyways, that's the history of the number 13. Most people aren't too concerned about it, but in the U.S., we're a little freaky over 13. So apparently like 80% of high-rise buildings don't have a 13th floor. Well, I mean, of course they've got a 13th floor, but they don't label it 13. They go from 12 to 14. So it looks like hotels, hospitals, airports, a lot of them also avoid using 13. I mean, I guess I could see that because, like, what if you're in the hospital and you're admitted to the 13th floor and you're freaked out over 13? Could it possibly affect the outcome? Could you be so freaked out that you're, convinced that you're not going to get better? So I guess we abide by people's fears, and we. Oh yeah, this is interesting. So financial losses are in excess of $800 million per year because people avoid getting married, traveling, or in some severe cases, even working on the 13th. So anyways, and there's actually a name for fear of the 13th. It is called paraskevidekatriaphobia. That's a mouthful. I'm not going to plan on saying that frequently. So anyways, that's a little bit of history on the 13th as an unlucky number for us here in the US. I'm not concerned about the 13th because my 13th week was phenomenal. So let me go over the results. Alrighty, let's see if I can set this up without tipping over everything. I think last week I set up my numbers here and I ended up tilting the computer. So, okay. I will be right back. I forgot some of my notes, so you can just kind of sit here and look there for a second. Looking at my results from the week of the 13th week, I did really well. I was down 2.4 pounds, which is fantastic. I was so happy about that. My BMI is down below 48 now, so slowly creeping down. And my visceral fat, yay. I'm always so happy when that decreases. It's only, it started at 30. It's been hanging out at 28 for the last few weeks, and now it's down to 27. Again, that's the fat around my organs. Always happy when I lose that. Let's see. Muscle mass. I gained 1.2 pounds of muscle this week. And it's interesting because like I'm not lifting weights. I'm doing a little bit of resistance band, but a little. I'm walking, but I didn't walk quite as much this week. I had a little bit of a rough week, energy wise. And so, but I did a good walk last night and, felt good power in my legs. And I had a little bit of knee pain, but it actually, as I kept walking, it wore off. So the muscle mass, I'm assuming, is because I'm consuming good building blocks for muscle. I did gain a little bit of more bone, up to 6.6 in bone. So I started at 5.8. That stupid metabolic age is still stuck at 62. I swear, I'm going to have a party when that starts to go down. But anyways, so overall, my scale weight went down 2.4 pounds, but because I gained 1.4 pounds of good tissue, my actual fat loss for the week was 3.8 pounds. Yay! Happy about that. So it was not an unlucky 13th week for me. And my husband weighed in this morning and he was down a little bit too. So that's good. He's down about 19 pounds, just almost 20 pounds. So he's doing really, really well. But he's not gaining the muscle that I'm gaining, which is really interesting. Like my body apparently loves eating the protein and likes to build muscle. And I'm not going to complain because I need strength. So overall, from the very beginning, which was May 31st, my scale is down 25.6 pounds, which is great in 13 weeks. But my fat-free body weight, all that good tissue, is up 11.2 pounds. So when I factor that in, my actual fat loss since the beginning of the carnivore diet is 36.8 pounds. That is significant. So I'm beyond thrilled. And I try to stay realistic. And I know that this downward trend is not going to always be the case. There will be a time where I have probably a significant plateau, probably more than one. That's just to be expected. But I think that because, this is my theory, I think that because I have so much weight to lose, and this is such a dramatic change in my diet, that my body is responding really well to it. And I'm not going to complain. It's still going to be quite a while before I'm not considered morbidly obese. My goal right now is to be obese. That's the next category down. And so I would love to get out of that morbidly obese category, but I still have probably somewhere, I'm guessing between 60 and 70 pounds. I haven't looked at it recently, but last time I looked at it, it was going to be like 80 pounds to lose before I could become officially obese. So crazy goal to have, but that is a goal, to be obese. And, anyways, let me think, if there's anything else interesting to talk about. Oh, so I am going to be doing an interview or a chat on I think it's called Poko Moonshine Family channel with JT. He's been interviewing. He has a really cool series called Chatting with Carnivores. And he's been reaching out to tons of people who are on the carnivore diet, and some of them more well-known, some of them less well-known, like with smaller YouTube channels like myself. And he has been interviewing them and letting them share their story. And there's a huge, I guess he's very passionate about getting the word out that the carnivore diet is a healing diet and that it's the proper human diet. He's on it himself, has seen some really great results. So September 7th, as of right now, that's the date, September 7th, I will be his guest. I'm looking forward to chatting with him. And he's a really cool dude, and he's got these awesome hats, and he looks like he's a lot of fun. And anyways, here I am, this, 55-year-old, middle-aged, suburban mom, retired nurse, and but anyways, I'm hoping to have a lot of fun chatting with him, and I'm really grateful for the invitation, to be honest, just to be able to share my story with more people. And I've been watching his interviews, so check them out, and it's so helpful to listen to what other people are experiencing. And everybody has their own individual, unique story. And people are at different phases in the process. I mean, not everybody he interviews has already lost, 100, 200 pounds. Some have. There's some people that are, like me and have lost, maybe 30 pounds or so. There's other people who weight loss isn't their goal. Their goal is to address health conditions. So it's super interesting and encouraging. And so I will be probably, giving another alert and posting a little bit more as the date approaches, just to give a reminder that, I'd love, it's going to be a live interview. So I'll definitely provide more information as the time approaches. If you're one of my subscribers, I would love to have you join if you can. It's going to be like 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. At least that's the time I've signed up for. Hopefully that'll be the case. It'll be at 5. So I think all of his interviews are scheduled for 5 Pacific time. So, I mean, if you're living here on the West Coast like I am, you're probably just getting off work. But anyways, if you can join, and there'll be an opportunity for comments and questions and interaction, and it's just a nice, pleasant, casual chat that he has with people. So, and have some really good questions. So, anyways, that is it for this week. If you haven't checked out my video that I posted the other day, where Dave and I took our measurements, check that out. I'm trying to measure about once a month. And I was so pleased with my results. Just goes to show how important it is to take your measurements. They're just another way of seeing and showing that what this is working. So some people have a flat line when it comes to their weight on the scale, but if you're still losing inches, then your body composition is just changing, and there's no reason at all to be discouraged. So that's just another thing you can do to help yourself stay motivated and to really assess how this is working for you. No makeup, my rosacea. I just took a shower a little while ago, so it's a little bit flared up, and it's I think it's slowly improving. I did another video last week as well about how I eat, because I need to avoid high histamine food. So I did. It was a different video for me. It was a PowerPoint presentation video where I'm in the bottom corner there, talking and sharing information about histamine intolerance, mast cell activation syndrome, this really good histamine food list, and how I use it. And there's even a little quiz at the end to see if you could pick out a, low histamine food, low histamine snacks, a meal. So hopefully it's going to be of benefit to somebody. I would say it's already has been a benefit to me, because I needed to review that information. And when it comes to my rosacea, I'm kind of wondering if I will get better if I take away some of the dairy products that I've been eating. Reviewing the list, I hadn't reviewed it since before I started carnivore. It actually had been quite a while since I reviewed the list. I didn't realize that cheddar cheese is high histamine. I've been eating a ton of cheddar cheese. I love cheddar cheese. And I learned that anything that says it has cultured milk in it, and a lot of cheeses do, is high histamine, because cultured means fermented, and fermented foods are incompatible with someone with my condition or someone with histamine intolerance. So if that in any way interests you, or you think that, maybe you're still having some reactions, or you're maybe not getting enough the healing, or you particularly have gut issues that don't seem to want to resolve, maybe check that video out and see if something might be helpful for you. or at least it can be a talking point for your doctor. I know a lot of doctors don't really go there when it comes to nutrition, but I'm a retired nurse, so I always have to have a disclaimer. Talk to your doctor. I personally see a naturopathic doctor. Enough said about that, but may tell you a little bit about my opinion about our healthcare system right now. So anyways, hope everyone is having an absolutely wonderful day, and I appreciate all my new subscribers. I am beyond thrilled that people are subscribing to my channel. Didn't expect it at all. And I hope you're getting something out of it, at least at a minimum, watching my results, which tends to be the thing that people want to see, is how is this diet affecting people? Are they actually getting results? And for me, the answer is a definite yes. So anyways, I hope everyone has a fabulous week. Bye-bye.